All right. I had another video going on and I could hear it and I had to go and stop it real quick. Okay. All righty. Let me see. So let me get this all set up. How's everybody? Oh my goodness. So I wanted to go over the supply list because I know a few of you already picked up your supplies during our Fun Girls Day. You know, we had that field trip to the Village Quilter. Um, but now we have some new ladies, joining us. So I thought I would jump on live and, well, it's not live, I'm recording this and show everyone what you'll need for your class. And don't worry, this is a beginner's class and you do not need fancy, expensive supplies to get yourself started. Use what you have, whatever you have at home in your sewing box. I will also provide some Amazon links in case you can't find certain items locally if you choose to purchase certain items. So, anyway, let's get started. So, the first thing, you're going to want to grab some kind of container or basket to keep all your supplies together, keep it all in one place. And I'm actually using a pizza box. So look at this. Oh, I thought it was an 8. It's actually a 10. I think I said 8 earlier. Um, yeah, I mean, a pizza box is the best. And our local pizza place is always kind enough to, give us empty boxes for our sewing projects. So we used to sit and do a project and then they would give us a box. Yeah, a clean box. You want a clean box. And you can decorate it, you can paint it, you can cover it with fabric, whatever you want. I just keep it plain because I don't care. But it keeps everything neat and it's easy to grab for a class or like if you're going somewhere and you just want to take that one project. I'm not talking about, grabbing everything. So that's the first thing that I think that would be very helpful for you. And then that also helps you keep everything in one spot. So like if you are working or you're babysitting or whatever, you're not running around the house looking for all your supplies. Keep it all in one spot. So the next thing we're going to talk about are needles. So let me see. I know I put some needles in here. And I actually have where I keep all my supplies in this case. So see how it has little compartments and they actually come out, although I've never taken them out. Um, I got this at our Publix. So it's perfect for storing all your stuff. And since I like to do Sashiko, I have a lot. Okay, so I prefer the Sashiko needles. You get most of the time, I think this one you only receive 2, but I'd have to look it up. So that's the Tulip brand. And then I have, this is like one of my favorites. So there we go. This one has 4, and this one gives you 4. Okay, Olympus. Um, so the longer needles are for your running stitch, and the short needles are for curves. Um, but use what you have at home. Regular sewing needles can work too. Tapestry and darning needles are fine if you already have them at home. The So I was looking through my embroidery stuff and I found some ribbon and crewel needles that I had a while back. I haven't tried them to see if they actually work. Then I found a package of tapestry needles. So if you have those, give them a try. I even found these large eye chenille needles, and I'm thinking they might work. They might work. You know, you don't know until you try. The the big thing is you want to get the like the Japanese thread is usually thick, so you want to get it through the eye. And I made this mistake when we were doing a crochet project on Tuesday. I um I needed a large eye needle, sharp, to run in and out of the t-shirt fabric to make holes. And what I found is if you did find a needle with a large eye, that area is, let me see if I've got something. So see the, there it is. So see right up here, that can be very thick. And that's what happened to me. It was so thick that I couldn't pull the yarn through. It was a learning lesson on that. Let me put my needles back because I don't want them to get lost. Yeah. Oh, and I found this at Gary's shop, but I don't think he has any more. So let me see. Oh, I got it upside down. Oh, it's, yeah. So, and this is tulip, and it actually comes with a little container with a, they look like they're all large needles. There we go. So, and I haven't tried those yet. But anyway, they come in a box. So yeah, try use what you have at home first and see if that works. And but I'm going to give you the Amazon links for everything, and maybe I can call my quilt shop, and maybe you can call them. I actually think you can because I think Debbie ordered something from them. So you can call them and say, hey, I need this, this, and this, and they'll send it to you. So you could do that. So fabric, okay, you will need a quarter yard of cotton. Linen fabric is wonderful, but not a fat quarter. So sometimes when you say quarter yard, the quilt store will give you a little suggest a fat quarter. So you know you want it's 9 inches wide and then whatever the length is, usually 45, right? So cotton works beautifully. Linen is wonderful for Sashiko, but honestly, fabric prices are high these days. So please don't feel pressured. I love Moda and Pink Tulip. I like the feel of the fabric. So, yeah, so this is a quarter yard. So you'll get a lot of squares out of this. So that'll be perfect. Um, yeah, so, but you know, any cotton fabric that you enjoy working with, you probably have your own favorites. You'll find that some cottons will work beautifully and some will give you a headache. So it's a trial and error type thing. Um, and then there's thread. So thread is one area where I say quality does matter a little more. Okay. I'll be using, and I don't have the labels on these. They come in these little spools. They'll remind you of Gutermann thread, but they're thick. It's a thicker, I just meant because of the spool. But it's a thicker thread. I really like the feel of it, and it doesn't split. That's the other reason I really like it. Um, so you could ask for the Japanese thread, and I can't think what it, Haramari, I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure I'm saying it right. I will get you the correct spelling so that you know what to look for. Okay. They do have other, I haven't tried this yet. This was recommended by our friend Joella, who does a lot of Sashiko. And the other thing is 100% cotton thread. So this comes, oops, there you go. And so I ordered this, and I think this is from Nepal. No, it's from Japan. It's made in Japan. Um, I can't remember if I ordered this on Amazon or if I ordered this from a Japanese company, but I will check about that too, because now I can't remember on that one. I think you can get that from Amazon. Okay, so you can use embroidery floss, but here's the thing, it tends to separate and it wears down over time. So, also, some people have used pearl cotton. Okay, there it is. I think this is number 5. Um, and they've had decent results. Again, use what you have. Don't panic. But if you think you're really going to enjoy this, I definitely would order the good stuff. That's my recommendation. And that's what I did because I find if I try to go the cheaper way out and then I have all these issues, then I don't bother with it. So we're lucky. We have a quilt shop that carries these supplies. They even have books and everything. Um, so you're also going to want a pair of small, sharp scissors for the thread, cutting the thread, and fabric scissors or a rotary cutter for cutting the fabric into squares. I'm going to show you both ways because not everybody has a rotary cutter. Yeah, so and it's you're going to measure it out and you're going to make a straight cut. So it's not like you're going to have to work. Even if you didn't measure and you eyeballed it, you'd be fine. I'm not going to do anything crazy for you. But I'll demonstrate both methods during class or so you use whatever feels comfortable for you. So marking the fabric. Okay, so I there's 2 pens. Okay, I really like this pen. Now, quilters will tell you that if it gets cold, that the markings come back. I don't have to worry about that in Florida. I mean, well, maybe in um, January, but I'm not worrying about it. Um, and then I bought this pen. There it is. It has no markings. I have no clue what it is. So the next time I go to the quilt shop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see if I bought it there so I can get you the name. I know Clover has they have some washable pens. I'm pretty sure. And they also have the Japanese needles, Clover does. I don't believe the thread. I don't believe the thread, but I do remember seeing the needles and the marking pens at our quilt shop. Yeah, we don't have a Joann's anymore, and Michael's really doesn't have what we need. So yeah. Oh, and then the big thing is you want light. So like if you have um, dark fabric, you're going to want a light colored pen, and if it's a dark, yeah, light fabric, you want a dark pen. Dark fabric, you want a light pen. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know. Let me see. I know rulers. Okay, so I like OmniGrid. Everybody has their favorites. I like OmniGrid because you can see the markings are easy. So if you have any of these floating around your house, This is I believe it's a 6.5, right? Yep, 6.5 inch square. That'll work. A rectangle shape will work. And just a simple little ruler will work. Okay. That's all you need are these markings because we're going to need to know those markings. Okay. What else did I have in my little box? Okay, so yeah, so these are all my favorites that I like to use. And but if you have something already, please use it. You just don't want a real big ruler, trying to do these little squares, right? Yeah, it's not what you want. But I like them. I like the Omni Grid because you can see, and you know me, and of course I didn't pull that with me. Shoot, I meant to bring those over. Darn, darn, darn. Okay, so no stitching session is complete without a lovely cup of tea, right? So you want your tea nearby. Um, One of my longtime favorites is Meditative Mind Tea from the Tea Spot. And but then you have chamomile. That's another calming favorite. So before class begins, be sure to grab your favorite tea, coffee, or a cozy drink. It's just nice to have it already there so you're not leaving. Um, why did I choose the meditative tea? Because Sashiko is a calming activity. So you just want to be calm. So when I teach you, I want you to learn like we're not in a race. We're not in a race. You don't have to hurry up and get something done. This is just a mindful activity to do. And I want you to enjoy yourself. So having your tea or whatever close by. I prefer people not to have caffeine at night. But you might be that kind of person that can handle caffeine, but you don't want to be jittery. You don't want to have your brain, racing. You just want to breathe, right? Um, and finally, I like to, I really like to create a calm atmosphere before I stitch. Um, because I tend to, if I'm doing something where I really have to pay attention in the beginning, and if I have noise around me, I just make mistakes. So I can't have people talking to me. I can't have like my favorite TV show going on because that's what'll happen. I'll just make mistakes. I'll forget what I'm doing or. So just kind of, find a place in your home where you can just sit and be calm, because Shashiko is meant to be a peaceful and mindful activity. So before we begin class, I turn on my diffuser and I apply an essential oil on me, before I do anything. So for this class, I'm actually going to use either Clarity Calm or Clarity Sage on myself. And then in my diffuser, I'm going to put lavender, wild orange, and ylang ylang. I think that's the combination that I'm going to use in my diffuser. And I'll have my diffuser going before it even starts because I want the room to fill with that scent. So if you like essential oils, those are my recommendations for this class. And each class, I'll probably give you a recipe, for that. Um, yeah. So, and then I also thought, probably in the second class, I'm going to guide everyone through a gentle shoulder and neck stretches, to help just release that tension before, you begin stitching. I will also show you, different hand exercises, for your thumb area that gets sore, your wrist. I sometimes I wear a glove, but I haven't had to do that in a long time. So I've been good. So that's good. I kind of know when, okay, you need to stop crocheting or you need to stop doing some hand sewing. Yeah. So I'm excited to spend these four Thursdays in June with all of you. And this class will be all, it'll be more than stitching. It's about slowing down, breathing, and just creating and enjoying just a peaceful time together, okay? You know, you're going to arrive, breathe, create, and inspire. So I'll post the supply links, the link below. I will also give you, the Amazon links and, where you can get things. I'll look and see if there's any Japanese links uh, that will hurry to get you your supplies. I am excited that I did order a pair of really nice snips from Japan. So I think they'll be here by the time our class starts because I'm so excited. But they're handmade. I was worried. I was telling my friends that when I was reading about the scissors, that they were saying that this new generation coming up, they don't want to learn how to make scissors. They don't want to learn that craft. And to be a master at making this craft, it's like 8 to 10 years. It just doesn't come overnight. And they're not getting the younger people to do this, probably doesn't pay enough. So I thought, oh, I better do this before it's out, because it's sad because I was watching, I don't remember if it was 60 Minutes, but the same thing is happening with Chanel No. 5. So their perfume, I want to say they had like 1,200 or 2,400 acres of land where they just grew jasmine. But because everybody's selling land and they're building houses, just like here in the States, like here where we live, they're taking over the land. And I think they said they only had like 200 acres left. So the jasmine that they were growing was the smell that they wanted, the scent to make the perfume. And now they have to import like from India and other places. So they're trying to keep the scent the same. Ah, I thought I would have loved to have. I wish I had bought a bottle of Chanel knowing that it was the real stuff. Not to say that this isn't going to be real. It's just now, it's going to be different. Yeah. So that's the same with everything, right? Yeah. So with the scissors, I thought, I better get it now. I better get it now before they don't have any more. Yeah. So, all right, my loves. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email or text me or post here so that I can see it and I'll help guide you. And yeah, I don't, yeah, if whatever you need. So I know it's going to be fun, and I wanted to get this out so that you'd have time to collect all your things. All righty, okay. I will catch you later. All right, okay.